So yeah, I'm back. Yeah, it's actually see. I put it inside the pack, so I don't know if you guys can be able to see it. This is what it looks like. Of course, to show you very well, I'll have to pull it out, dismantle it, and arrange it. But at least you get the idea. So I don't know if it's something I can do now. Okay. At least it looks like this. And there's something else that you also need to put here. Also works with this bracket, something. The name is a brake piston wind back 2. Brake piston wind back 2. So it's for winding the brake pad. So like I said, find out if especially the rear one, they're the one that I noticed that usually have this kind of design or setup. So impossible other brand of car. I'm not sure it's meant only for Peugeot cars. So the other brand of cars that their brake pad, maybe their front one too uses this kind of thing. So if not, you damage it. So what I'll do is I'll see, because this one I got it from AliExpress. Hopefully I'll be able to find the ring, because it's been years I bought it. If I don't find the link of this one, I'll just go on AliExpress, search for it. Anyone I see, I'll put the link. It's not up to you. If you don't want to buy, you buy. Because the one I'll put there doesn't necessarily mean it's there's a high quality one, or the seller is honest, or you get what you order for. I'm just saying, if I don't find, even if it's this same one, I don't know who the dealer is. It's something I bought online. So you cannot use same, when you look at it, you can go and order from another seller, or do your research well, so that if they rip you off, hey, it's not my fault. I'm just saying to show you, give you an idea why your car braking system is not effective, or your stopping distance is not as good as you expected it to be, because it's possible they mess up your rear brake calipers. Another one is the ABS, the car ABS. Of course, modern cars now is standard. I know as from the 90s, it became standard. Almost on all cars to have ABS. I'm not saying all cars in 90s, but like it was common. So, but the notion is people always think that a car with ABS means the stopping distance will be much shorter. You are wrong. That's not the work of the ABS. It's not there to stop your car much quicker than one without ABS. Yeah, it will have some advantages. It might be a little bit shorter in terms of the stopping distance, but not necessarily that it will be more powerful to stop the vehicle. No, the ABS is just there when you press it, when you actually allow it to do its work, because most time people don't let it do its work. They don't know how ABS works. ABS doesn't work all the time you are pressing your brake. It's only when you on very high speed. It doesn't have to be high speed, but you press and hold it almost close to the floor. That's when the ABS kicks in and starts doing its work. But every other time you are driving your car, you just press your brake normally, your brake doesn't come up. It stays inactive. So your ABS is just there, normally for cars without ABS. When you press your brake pedal, in cases of those such emergency, break your brake pedal down, it will lock the entire wheels and squish, unfortunately, it will start squishing to any direction it wants. It's not up to you. It can start shifting towards the right, heading towards the right. Even if you are turning the steering to go back to straight line, it will go. It will continue. I've experienced it personally many times. Okay. A story for another time. So, unlike the ABS one, it will allow you to still steer the wheel in any direction you want. It won't let the wheel lock up. So it will lock up. Allow you hear. If you want to know when your ABS comes in, you will hear that screeching sound. Quee! But the difference between that screeching sound of the ABS one and the non-ABS one is, you realize that as it's making that quee, from the leg you can tell, or from your steering wheel you can tell, it's not all the tires are doing that. So this one will do, let's assume this side will do it, release, the other side will do it, release, this one will do it again. Then it will just be interchanging the lock. Quick, 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 quick. That's how you'll be doing until eventually the car comes to a halt. So it must screech. It must lock the wheel a little. Then release it. Lock it, not necessarily lock it completely. It will lock it to a point, the tire will screech. Then release it again. Unlike the non-ABS one that will stay permanently locked until you release your leg from the wheel. So people don't let their ABS do their work because they will press it, release, press it, release, press it. No, you have to hold it before the ABS to do its work. So in that case, the ABS, like I said, you'll be thinking, but this guy, the brake is not effective. How come I press it and hold it and ABS doing its work, yet the stopping distance is still long, or longer than you expected it to be with the ABS? That's the design. ABS doesn't necessarily, wasn't invented actually to reduce stopping distance. It can help, but that's not its primary work. The other, ABS functions or braking system functions that also assist in reducing this the stopping distance. Stopping distance is the distance you press your brake like that hard to stop the car. The distance it takes for the car to stop. That's what we call stopping distance. It may stop within a meter or longer, depending on vehicle speed. Now for the non-ABS cars like those of us who drive classic, 504, 505, 404, all those ones, they don't have ABS. Some have, like some 505 VCs had ABS. 505 Turbo, some, the first 2.1 have ABS. There's one time I saw one 505 GTI with a badge of ABS at the back. I don't know whether it was fake, whether it truly had ABS, but I know generally Peugeot did not produce 505 GTI with ABS. But that one, I saw it at the back. It was there back there at Enugu. I was like, was it aftermarket ABS installation? I don't know. So, for those classic cars, so what we do is, one without ABS, you pump your brake. Once you get to that stage where emergency, you need to stop the car, abruptly, whatever it is, you don't press and hold it, which will lock the wheel. You just press boom, 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 boom. You just press, it's something you learn as you drive. That's why I tell people, driving classic cars and modern cars, they are two different things. If you've never driven a classic car all your life with driving modern cars, you won't understand what I'm saying. That's why we appreciate, people like me appreciate, because we have two different driving pattern or styles. We use one for the modern car, use one for the. That's why we enjoy those earlier ones, because we drive different. It's like we live in the 70s at that point. The moment you step in behind the wheels, you start living in the 70s until you step out of the car. So you pump your brakes. If you drive ABS equipped cars and you do that pumping, you're not really, the ABS won't do its work at that time. So if you do it pump, yeah, it might still work. It might stop as good as the not ABS. Just that, like I said, I can't really say ABS will even stop quicker than the non-ABS. But all I can say, it helps. At least not for anything, prevents you from hitting, of going towards one direction without steering out of something you see that you may go and crash, unlike the non-ABS one. So that can affect, that's what I'm saying. In other words, you have that expectation that it's supposed to be good. So how come it wasn't that good? Now you know. So also you need, if you want your ABS to work, if it's showing you any sign on the instrument panel, whatever, that your ABS is not working, have it fixed so that it will be able to do its work. Of course, the braking system, there are different in a vehicle. Let's assume, I don't know, it might not be Peugeot that you drive, but let's assume Camry. It's possible that all the Camry of 2020, the four-cylinder one might have a different brake caliper and disc in the front than the V6 one. I don't know, I'm just saying, because that's what applies to Peugeot. 406, 407, the V6 on 2.2 on in 407 is the brake caliper, the disc, the pad, yeah, not the same with the 2.0 1 in 407, 1.8. Likewise, in 406, the 1.8 406, their braking system in the front is not the same. Those kits I mentioned earlier, it's not the same with the 2.0, 2.2, and 3.0, or 2.9 I meant, that's V6. So you can upgrade. The reason why they put higher performance braking components on some of these more powerful engines, models with more powerful engines, is because, number one, higher power requires more powerful brakes. In other words, stopping power increases. If you have high power, you need an equivalent or commensurate stopping power. That's what I mean, stopping, how fast you can or how quick you can be able to stop the vehicle, considering it has more power. But the most important thing outside the stopping power is the weight, because the bigger the engine, the other things, they are increasing weight. So, and most of these bigger, more powerful engines has more gadgets and stuff like that will increase the weight, or probably because of the transmission or the engine size or weight, all those things. So the heavier the vehicle, the longer the stopping distance. Yes. So you need a more powerful braking system to be able to reduce that stopping distance. Otherwise it will be worse than the ones with lesser power or lesser weight of that same model of the car. So in that case, yeah, you could say upgrade might be a better solution. But like I said, if they put the 1.8 on is good for it. Good for it. That's why I tell people, when you upgrade your car, maybe you have 2.0 in 407, you upgrade to 2.2 or V6. You have to, if you want to enjoy it, if you want the best for the car, upgrade the brakes to the V6. That's where I'm coming from. Doesn't mean the 2.0 braking components in the front will not still do the work. But man, you've added weight to the car. 2.2 is heavier. Added more weight to the vehicle and make it now faster and quicker. So you need equivalent or commensurate stopping power for the car as well. So you can choose to upgrade. For example, you might think some people will say, forget all this upgrade people do, like putting bigger caliper, bigger this thing, all those things, not caliper, disc, all those things. It have effect. Come on, the 406, the standard braking, the front caliper is not one pinion. Though, depending on the model, like 1.8, it has a smaller pinion. 2.0 V6, they have, and 2.2, they have bigger pinion, but one each. Now, you come to the V6, the one V6 that has the performance brakes, that which is Brembo. The Brembo, each of them, I think it has, is it not 4 pinion on each of the calipers? Unlike the other one that has one pinion. Those will have, is it more than 4? I can't even remember. So, in other words, you are looking at about 8 pinion on the 4, on the 2 calipers in the front, compared to the standard one with only 2 pinion for the entire front brakes. 407, the V6 on and 2.2 has 2 pinion each on the calipers, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 2. is more than 1, while the 2.0 1.8 has 1. I mean, RCZR and T9 308 GTI, the performance caliper there is it not like 8 or 7 or 6 pinion on each of the calipers in the front? You think it doesn't have effect? You have to be crazy to think so. I mean, I drive mine too, so I've upgraded mine on my phone, so I know the difference. But I'm not saying you should do it, but my point is, don't. If you upgrade your car, then upgrade. If you upgrade the power of the vehicle, then upgrade the brakes as well to match the power or match the weight, whichever one. So, if not, you start having the issue of lesser or higher or longer braking distance or less effective brake, Now the final one, which most people do not know about, is your what's it called? Your tires. This is where people lacks this knowledge. I don't know. People just buy tires because it's cheap or cheaper. They don't even care about the speed rating, or even further to find out, okay, how good the tires will be when it comes to brake. Yeah, tires do have braking effect. I can tell you, when I was using Michelin, is it Parmesan 3? I'm trying to remember which Parmesan. I think Parmesan 3. 20555. Oof, the brake was... The point is, if you have the money and you can, do your research. Some tires have better grips on the ground than others. Forget the others, man. If you see their tread, the tire tread on the tire, they will look very rough, look jagged, as if it doesn't necessarily mean it will have better grip on the road, because the grip also determine. In fact, I don't know the way they design tires to make the brakes to be more effective than others. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that, but I can tell you, someone who has experienced that, yeah. So you can do on the side before you buy to know how good the tires, the brand of the product or particular brand or product of that brand you want to buy, how good the brakes are. Maybe check reviews, see whatever. The specification of that tire, maybe might be stated there. But my point, it does have effect. So if you now drive your tires to the old trade wears out, don't expect good brakes from that car. The stopping distance will be way longer than you expect, So always pay attention to that. Of course, you could say winter tires will have better grips on the road than is it winter? Than summer tire. That what I mean is tires that are meant for snow, like the T rating. I think T rating is for maybe 100 or 120 kilometers per hour maximum. All those tires that their maximum vehicle speed are less than 150 or so. Of course, most likely they may have better grips. I don't know. I'm just saying, based on the design, because they need to be able to grip on the snow or swampy roads, so that they don't slide easily. So that in that case, yeah, the stopping distance will be much better with those such tires. They have better grips. I want to believe so, based on the design. But there will also be those higher performance tires that meant to go beyond 200 kilometers per hour, 300. So, yeah, some of them, some brands or some products might not be as good as others. So that's what I'm saying. Tires matters too in terms of braking distance or stopping distance. So these are the things that I'm telling you guys that can affect your braking system. So now you know, so you know how to go about it. So I hope this video helps. So if not, if you have any question, put it in the comment section. I'll make a time, read it, and respond. And like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.